something different for you today. This is like a last, what do they call it, impromptu video live stream. So Mark is showing me his retro Star Wars figures, and I thought maybe you guys, if anybody's interested in Star Wars, might be interested in seeing what he had gotten. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Mark!
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! So he's gonna show us his Star Wars. We're just sitting here at the breakfast table, and it is what? It is currently like 9 a.m. And he's just showing me some of this Star Wars stuff that he has gotten. I thought this would be a great idea to show everybody else too, the audience. Hey, Paula. Good morning. Paula says good morning. Good morning. All right, Mark, take it away.
Okay, this is Star Wars retro figures. They've done these now since 2017. These happen to be figures that they never made when I was a kid. The first one they did was Grand Moff Tarkin. He came in a board game, so he's not part of this.
And he's got the whole set right there, too.
There's a box.
Yeah, show us the box.
So this is the box. One of them is, I'll explain later, it was already, one of these was made as when we were children, but the other 5 were not. So the first one in the box is the Stormtrooper. They did make a Stormtrooper, but not the Stormtrooper that was on Luke Skywalker's home planet. So we're going to nerd out a little bit here, explain why he has a little orange variation on his shoulder. The one we had as kids was just plain old white. It was just a plain white Stormtrooper that you see later in the movie. The retro sticker on here does come off. The earlier ones they did, like in 2017 when they did the original line that I had as a kid, like Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and all those figures, sticker does not come off. So some fans like these, some fans don't. I like them, but they do cover up the art a little bit.
That's pretty cool. So do you plan on ever opening these?
If I get a second one, I will.
So see, this is the thing that Mark collects. So I collect reborn dolls. Excuse me, my voice. I collect reborn dolls. Mark collects. This is what Mark collects. So we wanted to do something a little different today to show you his collection and what he collects. So this is something that definitely, me personally, I would have to take it out of the box here to show it off. But that I totally get why you keep it there, to keep it good. Hey, Miranda, how are you doing? I remember going to the grocery store and begging my mom for these Star Wars action figures in the 1990s, Miranda says. Awesome. So, yeah, if you're a big Star Wars fan, Mark collects a lot of Star Wars stuff. We are going to do a live stream one day in his man cave where he's got a lot of his collection. So if you are a big Star Wars fan, if you're a fan of Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, he has Flash Gordon, he would love to show you guys his collection as well. Paula says I like R2D2.
He's hard to find from the 70s with the sticker on him still.
And C-3PO. Miranda says, I remember watching C-3PO. I didn't even like Star Wars that much, but my brother did. Let's see. So I had a copy. LOL. My uncle gave my brother all of his 70 Star Wars action figures, but they were open. Yes. Those are probably worth something, right, Mark?
They're worth a lot of money.
Yeah, they're worth a lot.
That's called when they're loose.
Yeah.
But you could still get a lot of money for them loose.
Yeah.
This is actually my second. This is number 2 of the 6.
Oh, number 2. Let's see who we got next.
This would be the Rebel Fleet Trooper. He was originally seen right at the beginning of the movie. He was choked by Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was never made.
Let's see. Here, let's take a
For some
look.
odd reason, he doesn't have a chin strap.
I have the light on over here. Let me turn this light on. Hold on. You got it? Okay. We want everyone to see this better.
I like the color on him.
Yeah. That's what I thought. He looked pretty familiar.
So the original line only had about 20 figures. I've got all of them loose, not carded. They call them, this is carded.
What decade year are these from?
1977.
19...
The first film, the very first movie, A New Hope.
Yeah, A New Hope, 1977. Wow, that's pretty cool. So this is the guy, like in the beginning of the movie, where he throws him on the wall or whatever.
Where the ship gets boarded by Darth Vader's ship.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So he's actually my favorite. So this doesn't have a punch hole in it either, usually, or it has the punch where you'd hang them, but these are what they call unpunched, and you want to leave them unpunched, especially the ones from the 70s. They're worth more money.
Really? Let's see.
It's an unpunched card.
So
this is called carded.
So he said it is punched, but isn't like punched all the way through. So things like this make it more valuable.
And these are made to look old. If you see that edge wear, they're making it look vintage, like you've had it.
Oh yeah, it really
That's done on
does.
purpose.
That looks really realistic. That looks really cool.
It's an okay thing. Doesn't matter to me.
Miranda says, "Oh wow, I thought these were the 1990s remakes. These are pristine." Yeah, well, these are the remakes. These are brand new, right?
Brand new.
These are brand new. There's just they're making them the old style, so they're coming out with the old style. So they are 2025.
Yeah, but they're made to look like the ones from the 70s.
They are made. Yeah, they're made to look like the ones from the 70s. I was about to comment the hang tags, the punch. Oh, I see. Yeah. Alrighty, keep on going.
This is okay. Now we had him as a kid. This was what we called the second wave of figures. The original first 12 figures came out in 1978. So the story of Star Wars toys is they couldn't. The movie came out in 77. The figures were originally they couldn't get them on the shelves fast enough. So you would go to a store and you would get like a little flyer and you would mail in to get them the following year. So there were 12 figures. This is from the second wave of the figures. So this is Walrus Man.
Oh, Walrus Man. I remember him.
Now the story with Walrus Man is a lot of the times Lucas would send photographs out to Keter Toys. And they didn't really know what he'd look like, so they kind of had to make up his body.
Yeah.
So his body really doesn't match the picture.
Miranda says I should paint a baby doll like Walrus Man.
Oh, yeah.
That would be funny. That would be so funny.
I have a vintage Walrus Man in the basement.
Yeah, he does. So we'll definitely do a live stream sometime. We'll definitely, if you're into Star Wars, we'll do he's got a lot of original stuff too. Okay, go ahead. Keep on going.
So Walrus Man was one of 4 Cantina figures that you would get. That was later in 1978.
I am the Walrus Man. Is that something from John Lennon or the Beatles, the Walrus Man?
That's a Beatles song.
It's a Beatles song as well. Okay.
So Walrus Man was pretty cool.
Cool. All right.
All right. So we're going to jump ahead. The figure that goes with Walrus Man would be...
Oh, well, the Beatles, Miranda says.
And, boy, he's in there pretty good. This figure is the most interesting one of the line. He was the man that was standing next to Walrus Man.
Yes.
Who lost his arm. And they never made this figure either.
Oh, interesting.
He was the man that gave Luke Skywalker a hard time in the cantina.
See if I can... Oh, yeah. You can see that.
His name is Dr. I don't have my glasses on.
Dr. Evazan.
Evazan? Okay.
Evazan.
Right.
Something.
I learned something new today.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, he was the guy that didn't like Luke Skywalker in the bar.
Yep.
That was like
his
bar
line was,
scene.
I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
He pushes Luke, and then he gets his arm removed by Ben Kenobi.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, who do we have
So
next?
he's the least favorite. The next one is the one I really wanted for this line. Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
This is the...
Look at how handsome he is there. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Now, is this exactly how it was back in the 70s? Like exactly the same? Is this like the same mold?
It would be the same. Well, these are designed to look like the ones in the 70s. So, but this would be a brand new mold.
I wonder if we should shut that door. There's a lot of glare coming in, yeah.
So that's the end of the movie, the ceremonies, and he comes with a little medal.
Oh, that's really cool.
Comes with a little medal or an accessory. Everyone, they try to give an accessory in all these. By the way, the 70s.
Oh, there it is. That's what that is. Okay,
yeah,
so that right there is his medal that he got at the end of the movie there, and there's his gun. Now, does he have a lightsaber? No.
He does not come with a lightsaber because he wouldn't need it at this point. But that would have been really cool to have.
Miranda says, I thought that some of the 70s figures had cloth jackets.
They did.
Unless my uncle made it, but it was awful small.
They
Yeah.
were vinyl, actually.
Yeah.
And they would tear.
Okay.
The ones that came with a vinyl cape was 4 figures. Darth Vader, Ben Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia all came with a vinyl. Oh no, and the Tusken Raiders
Okay.
all came with a vinyl cape, and the Jawas, which is very expensive.
Gotcha.
The Jawas with the vinyl cape is like the holy grail of Star Wars figures.
Uh-huh.
They later put a cloth cape on them to give them more value.
Miranda said vinyl, and then she
Yep.
said, "Oh yes, my uncle had a sand person with a cloth jacket."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, our favorite. Yes, Tusken Raider and Jawa. Miranda says.
Yep. Exactly right. She's correct. So this is my favorite. They actually got his hair color right. The original Luke had like yellow hair
Oh, like real bright
in
yellow
his
hair.
farm boy outfit.
Yeah,
So this is kind of my favorite. I like that picture.
that's really cool.
I don't know why they didn't do why they didn't do Han Solo, but instead for Han Solo, you get this. You get him in the trash compactor. I should bring up my trash compactor that I got. I never opened that. Might
Yeah.
do that. We'll do that in a second.
Well, yeah. Well, for time's sake.
Okay. We'll do that.
We'll do that in your vintage room. So, like, we'll do a live stream in your room.
So this
That
would
would be
be the trash compactor. Both Luke and Han had on a Stormtrooper outfit, and this one comes with a removable helmet, so you know who it is. It's Han Solo.
That don't really look like him.
No,
be
the
honest.
original. No, the story of Han Solo. His figure when we were kids, he came with either a real little head or a big head. They
Yeah.
call it the little-headed Han and the big-headed Han. The first one,
And this one's the little-headed Han.
that looks like a little-headed Han.
Yeah,
The second one
they
came
don't
out was
look-
the big-headed Han.
Yeah.
It looks like an apple.
Interesting.
But I think because of the helmet, he gets a littler head.
Yeah.
Let's see his head.
Miranda says you two are a good pair, still childlike at heart. Yes.
Oh.
Yep, I like my reborn dolls, and you should see Mark's collection. Mark loves this vintage toys, so he collects all the vintage toys.
Oh, he comes with 2 guns.
So we'll have to do a video, like a live stream sometime in his room, where he's got a whole bunch of everything. So if you think I have a lot of reborn dolls, he's got a lot of this. All right, let's see who's next.
Oh, by the way, these were made by Target. These were made for Target. This is a Target exclusive, which is really cool. Target tends to do a lot of that.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back in time a little bit. So the year 2017, it was Father's Day. And I got in line early that morning when they opened, which I think was 7 a.m. before church. And they released 6 figures that day. The original, 6 of the original 12. It was Han, Luke, Chewie, Princess Leia, Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, and they only had 2 boxes of each. So when I got in line, one guy bought the whole first box of 6. So he left 6 figures for the remaining people that were standing in line that morning. So I just asked for the Luke. I didn't want to get too greedy.
Gotcha.
So they didn't even have them on the shelves. They were behind the counter. We're all looking around for these figures. So they reissued them. And so every year, like in 2020, they redid Empire Strikes Back.
Gotcha.
2023, they would have done Return of the Jedi. So these figures were just ones that were never featured in the original movie that we just never got as kids.
Wow. Miranda says, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's move on to next.
but the main thing is in the box is really, really cool.
Oh, this is everyone that came in the box.
Yeah. And
All
there's
right,
a
so
photograph
let's-
if you want to
yeah,
show
so-
pictures of their.
So let's look at the figurines on the front here.
Yeah.
So this is the box that came in. So I got him this for his birthday. This is what he wanted.
Yes, I did.
So these are the characters that we looked at.
It's all 6 of them.
That's all 6 of them. Han Solo. That's really cool
It
that
is
you
really
can
cool.
get them in a set like that. That is really awesome. I like that.
I kind of had to tuck this away at a Target because these are hard to get.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he hit him. Shame, shame,
I
shame.
know, shame on me.
Happy birthday, Mark, Paula says.
Happy birthday. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday,
Well, thank
happy birthday. Today is his birthday. We celebrated last night.
Can we say which year, or is that appropriate?
What's that?
Is it appropriate to say which year? How old I am?
Oh, sure.
55. I was born in 1970.
Yep, 55 years young.
So Star Wars will turn 50.
Miranda says, happy birthday.
Happy, thank you. Thank you. I'll have these toys will turn 50. Not these ones, but the original toys in 2 more years.
Yeah, Mark does have some original toys. You do, right?
I do.
So we will do a live stream on that. I know this is not like my genre, but we are a couple and he collects he collects these collectibles too. So point being that you can collect anything and be happy about it, right?
Sure you can.
Can you explain like to us how these make you happy and how it's just stress relieving, like, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's a local store near our house in Lakewood, and I like to go up there. And there's a little parking lot, and it takes me away from my work. Um, it just reminds me of when I was in elementary school. There was a kid in elementary school in the eighth. It would have been what, second or third grade for me, and he had all these loose figures, like the original ones, in a little truck. And I remember seeing them from my desk. I was looking over. I'm like, I knew what they were kind of at the time, but it's like I have a good long-term memory. But my dad bought me a lot of the original toys. I think he liked them more than I did because I don't think there was many of them I didn't have. Now, as I got a little older and work got a little harder for our dads, we got less of these. But the original years, yeah, I can't say that I was missing many.
Yeah.
My best friend John also had them. He'd come running down the street with them in his arms.
Oh my goodness.
We would play with them, and when a new figure came out, we would usually want to be the first to say, "Hey, I got the new one," before somebody else.
Let's take a look at them. Miranda says,
They were about.
"Oh, this will keep you young." Aw. And my husband collects cows.
Oh, that's interesting.
Real ones. Oh my goodness, he collects real cows? Oh wow. Does he collect them for pets or for steak?
Oh my gosh.
I got 8 different collections, Paula says. That's awesome. What do you collect, Grandma? So talking to Paula. Let's see. Let's do a thing over here. Yeah, so just, Mark and I were just sitting here and he was showing me what he got for his birthday. And with his birthday money. And so I thought this would be a good idea to show everyone because, I collect the reborn dolls and they have value and they're a collectible item. And these are thank you again for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And these are the Star Wars.
He's my favorite. Then the Luke. Mm-hmm. Then I had to say the Stormtrooper because I like him because I needed him because I have a land speeder and he was the one that approached the land speeder.
Yeah.
So I say 1, 2, 3. Well, Luke's always going to be number 1, but so I like him the most. Then him. The Walrus Man is probably next, and then I'd say probably him because they never made him, and I guess the Han is my least favorite because they didn't make a Luke like him. But I guess he's okay. The picture's pretty cool with Harrison Ford.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does get the little... Everyone has a figure. Actually, this guy came with 2 guns, which I thought was really weird, and a gray one at that. So I'm not sure what... in the movie, I'd have to go back and see how many guns he really had. Actually, you can't say guns... Oh, yeah, I think you have to call them pew-pews now. You might have to edit. Pew-pews.
Yeah, how did you know that?
Because that guy was using that word on... this probably one of these videos.
Yeah.
Why is he saying pew-pews?
Yeah, because for some reason, I don't know if they're gonna ding your live stream for that, but
might have to edit a couple spaces. But
well, it is what it is. If they take it down, then we'll redo it. We're definitely gonna do a live stream in his room where he collects. Show you his whole collection of everything. He's got everything.
Solo comes with extra long.
His room is like a toy store. It's like a toy land in Mark's room. So if you think my room is cool with all the reborn dolls, he's got all of the Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica. He's got, what else? Pop figures. His collection's going on as well. Let's see. I collect reborns, miniature tea sets, unicorns, ceramic dolls, sock monkeys, Barbie dolls, salt and pepper shakers, and state spoons. That is awesome, Paula. How awesome is that?
There was a lady on my paper route. I delivered the plane dealer when I was about 12, 13 years old. And there was a lady who, she lived in a duplex. She lived upstairs, and she would show me she had 1 plate from every state, and she had them hanging above in her kitchen. I'll never forget that. So everybody collects something, and there happened to be something she wanted to show me. So I was just,
Paula says, "I love my collection." It would be fun to be a baby boy doll photo shoot in a man cave room. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, maybe Mason, our grandson, can take pictures in there. Yeah, it's like a toy store in his room, and we'll definitely do a live stream if that interests you.
It looks airbrushed.
Yeah, I know this is a reborn channel, but Mark collects toys as well.
That's cool.
And these are just like
I like the
collectibles.
photograph on it of the blue sky behind it.
And you also collect baseball cards and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so just 80s, just certain eras. You know, it has to be.
So this is what you've been into lately, as of lately. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I debated on buying this, but I'm kind of or wanting this. You bought it for me for.
Well, what about the space station? Maybe you should build that on a live stream.
I've got to get that done. That's
Yes,
still been sitting.
if that interests you, maybe we'll do a live stream of
repack it and show how to repack the thing.
yeah, and like show them building the space station. Mark got a vintage. Is it an actual vintage one?
Yeah, it's the tallest place set. It's called the Death Star Space Station. It's probably about 20 inches tall.
Yeah.
It was like the granddaddy of all the toys.
20 inches tall. Wow, that's pretty big.
It's gonna be about.
Yeah. So that will be cool. Let us know when you're going to do that, and we'll do a live stream. You'll just set up, and just if people want to watch how the space station. It's the actual original one, right? Mm-hmm. It's not reproduced, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So this is the actual one from what year?
1978.
1978. Yep. Yeah.
These actually, I would consider, since they've never been made, and Grand Moff Tarkin, he came in on. Grand Moff Tarkin was the one figure we wondered as kids, why didn't they make him?
Uh-huh.
But he looks similar to him.
Gotcha.
He's got gray pants, but he came in a board game back in 2017 with the first figures that came out.
Gotcha.
Retro figures.
Uh-huh.
He had to get him with a board game. But
yeah.
I actually consider these kind of new figures, even though they're we've never had these before, so
yeah,
I put some.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paula says I just started back collecting baseball and football cards.
Yeah, that's a great hobby.
It's a great hobby.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be expensive. You can find things you like. I like 80s football. Some of them aren't worth anything.
Yeah. So. Miranda wants to know: does your husband like Legos?
I did as a kid.
They have some cool Star Wars Legos.
Yeah.
Do you like
Jenny's son, Mr. Paul? He loves Star Wars Legos. Death Star Space Station.
Who does?
Mr. Paul. He's very
my son. You're talking to me about me. Oh, okay. I thought talking about your boss because every time I was like, wait a minute, Jenny doesn't have a son named Paul.
yeah, your son.
Yeah, my kids like collecting Legos. So, point being is that. We're grown-up people and we love our toys, right? We collect it just like the Reborns. A lot of people ask why about the Reborn dolls. It's because we love collecting them, and it makes us feel... How do these make you feel, collecting them?
It makes you feel young again. It just takes you back to when you were a little kid and you didn't have too many problems.
Yeah, so. That's exactly it. Yeah. That's a different perspective.
Yeah.
It is. And having the Reborn dolls takes you back to when you were a little kid, especially the vintage dolls.
Yeah. Wow,
oh, yeah, because I have a vintage dolls. I have a couple of them from when I was, like the era when I was little. So I have a couple of those.
I like that, Luke.
How are they painted? Miranda wants to know.
These are molded. They're molded. And I believe most of them might just be molded in the color, like they'll take the Stormtrooper. He was probably all molded white, and then they probably get painted in certain places, or they could just be molded. Some of them might just be molded. I'm assuming most of them are molded in the color that they are.
Yeah.
But they do paint them. Like this one, he's got two colors on his head, so wherever it comes off easily, I guess would be where it was painted.
Gotcha. Miranda says that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Now, Buck Rogers, that's a toy line where they were made more metal, and they came with rubber bands inside to keep them together, and they were used little screws on the backs. They're very difficult to... I like these toy lines better because they're a little more durable.
Mm-hmm. So here's a question that I have, thinking about, how we get kits and we paint the dolls and stuff. Do they make these Star Wars figures that are blank and you can paint them yourself? That would be cool.
The only question I can answer, the only answer I can give to that is when they made Boba Fett, they made a prototype of him. He was the one that got kind of a little bit trouble because he came with a rocket.
Uh-huh.
So one of the most famous figures is that's a good question Jenny just had. So Boba Fett came with a rocket firing missile in his backpack. And the problem was there was a kid who choked on a Battlestar Galactica toy very similar with that little rocket firing mechanism. So they had to in the back of the toy, you would have this thing that said available this Christmas, and you would send in. This doesn't have a UPC, which I'm surprised. You would send in so many UPCs, and you would get the Boba Fett at Christmas or whatever holiday. So they had to recall him, and they would take this black piece of paper and just blank all this out, showing his rocket firing mechanism because of the kid who choked. So, and to answer your question, they have prototypes of Boba Fett where he's just one color, and they're worth more than a house. There's a guy who has an unpainted, like a prototype. And then there's people who have the Boba Fetts with the rocket firing thing. I think he was listed as $180,000.
Really, $180,000?
So,
oh wow!
Now he's in the package, but he has the rocket firing thing that you could have sprung loose. And then later ones, even the later ones that were glued down, those are still in the package.
Yeah.
This is called carded. If you take them out, then they're called loose.
Gotcha.
So
wow.
So yeah, I'm assuming these are painted or molded in that color, and then maybe sometimes they just have to paint on them. But these stars, the paint doesn't come off on them easily.
Miranda had a good point. She says it would be cool to see the factory in action.
Oh, I wonder where the original molds are from.
That would be cool.
I've heard stories that the molds were thrown in the sea.
That would be cool.
These are all made in Hong Kong and other places. In fact, on the back of these legs, back when we were kids, they would tell you the year and the country of origin, Hong Kong. So a lot of these, they have variations because of where they were made and where they were painted. They might look like Luke. The original Luke came with a yellow hair. He came with this dirty blonde hair. Those are called variations.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I always wondered the guys who sculpt these, where they are today, what they look like. There is a guy from Kenner in Cincinnati, because they're based in Cincinnati, and he still tours, from what I understand, in Ohio.
Yeah.
So, but these were made overseas. They were they were based in Cincinnati.
Oh, that is cool.
Originally, they were going to turn the toy line down, from what I understand.
That's interesting. Really, that would really be cool to see them being
smartest thing they ever did.
But I don't think they'll ever, that's like showing their secrets of how they're made. Let's see. Paula says, I know I tore up my brother's toys and I got in trouble.
Now, along those lines, that Death Star space station we were just talking about, me and Jenny, a few minutes ago, inside inside of that playset is a rope that Luke and Leia swung across, and the rope is probably about 2 inches tall. It's usually an $80 to $100 piece because it always got lost. And my Death Star space station, when I bought it, had a sticky note on it saying includes the rope.
Gotcha.
Those little things that are worth a lot of money.
Gotcha.
Things that would just be laying on the floor in these factories back in the day.
Miranda says Boba Fett would be fun to paint because he had all of those different colors.
He was one of the nicest. He's like the figure everybody loved. He was not in the first movie.
You know how like we paint the vinyl reborn dolls and they're like the sculpts that come out? That would be cool.
I think Kenner did a great job, especially like with this one. You really don't see Walrus Man in the cantina, so Lucas or Star Wars would give the Kenner people photographs, and they would just have to do the best they could with it. So sometimes they don't always look the way you want them to. Like Hammerhead, you never really see him from the waist down, so they kind of had to improvise. But I think they did a good job with Walrus Man.
That's pretty cool.
I think he's that looked like an airbrushed picture.
Yeah. I don't know. You know these a lot better.
But Boba Fett, yeah, he was...
Miranda said he was beautiful.
Yeah. He was not in the first movie, but he was in a deleted scene. So somehow we ended up with him as a figure. He was like a bonus figure when we were kids. I have one in the basement. I should bring him up. I wish I could. Maybe next video we'll bring up Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Fett loose is about $100.
Well, actually, no. We'll do a video in your room because your room is actually something to look at.
Oh, boy.
Your room is pretty fancy.
Clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, make sure you straighten it out, and we'll do a live stream in there because your room is pretty cool because of all the collection. You should add some shelves.
Yeah, I know.
You know what would be cool? No, for real. I can look up some ideas on how to display these.
Yep.
Like you can get some shelves to display these. That would make, instead of putting them away in boxes and stuff, and just to put them on display would be cool. That's why I told him the space station that you're going to build. That would be cool on display.
Now, my loose figures, I get these things called bubbles. They're clamshells, and you can put them back in the clamshell and seal it. It looks just like this, and they're about $1. And you can put the gun in a little plastic baggie. So I tend to put all my loose figures, which mine are all loose. I might have a couple figures that are carded.
That's pretty cool.
I have one carded Buck Rogers figure, but he was at least not a very popular figure.
Miranda says, my uncle said it looked like Admiral Atkabar when I was born.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He was the guy that looked like a squid.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in the third movie. Even the least popular figures.
Yeah, Miranda says, nice glass display with shelves.
Yeah, well, that's how a lot of people do them.
I think you should, because what Mark does, he tends to do is get these and just put them in put them away in a box or something.
Yeah.
But I think you need to display your room is what I would do. I would help you decorate your room, but your room would look really cool down there. Well, since you have the whole basement, you can put more shelves up actually down there. Mm-hmm. So Mark and I, literally, I gave him the basement was the place where I used to reborn my dolls and paint them and assemble them. So that was my reborn workroom when the kids worked here. Mm-hmm. When they lived here. Yeah. When the kids lived here, mm-hmm. They obviously had all the bedrooms upstairs. So my workspace was generally in the basement or here in the dining room when I was doing rooting and stuff like that. But so since the kids moved out, I gave Mark the entire basement except for the one little spot where I do varnishing. But I gave him all the shelves, so he's got all them shelves. You got them shelves down there too, by the way. That I just took all them doll kits down. So all those shelves had doll kits all over them.
I'll figure something out. He actually does come with a chin strap.
Oh, does he?
He knows that.
Oh, let's see.
Which is okay.
He does or doesn't?
Doesn't, no. In the picture, he's got one, but in the...
Yeah, see, that's kind of cheapened. Yeah. They should have done that.
I think that would have been a little hard to do. Yeah.
Well, still, somehow they could have done it. Put it in the molding. They could have molded onto the head.
Figures in the 70s, a lot of them were limited. Now, if this Luke, he probably had the metal molded onto his outfit back in the day. Now, I had Luke Skywalker who was 12 inches tall.
Yeah.
He still had the farm boy outfit, but he came with a metal.
Yeah.
They didn't make this Luke.
Let's see. Miranda said you could put 4 of them on a Lazy Susan in a glass display.
Yeah, good idea.
Which, by the way, I forgot Mark had that whole entire side of the basement, and you've got so much room for all that to be displayed, mm-hmm. Honestly. We should clean that side of the basement up so that you can have that as your collector's display, because these would be much more mm-hmm. enjoyable. Mm-hmm. If you can just go downstairs and you can see them, and it would be cool for me to go downstairs and look at them too,
Need
so
glasses to read all this now.
Yeah, you do.
Before you would have a picture of all the figures and you could cross them off with a Sharpie when you were a kid. So you kind of gave you like a checklist. This one doesn't do that.
And that's exactly what I did with the reborn dolls, and that's what I'm doing now. That's why I got all them tables, so that I bought all of those baskets to put the dolls on display. So they're all being displayed, and at the same time, it's easier to grab whatever doll is requested to do, to change them and whatnot. So I made it so that's more like a display thing. I have a glass case upstairs with a lot of the vintage dolls that I have too. Let's see. That would be a good idea to stream setting up the collector's display. Yeah. So station, what is it, the Death Star station?
Death Star Space Station, yeah.
So we'll do a live stream of that, because he plans on taking it back apart and putting it back in the box.
Oh, yeah.
I would just display it.
It's just too big.
No, you have the whole basement there. Well, you got that whole side.
The problem is there's cardboard on it, and if that gets if a bug or you don't want to do that. No,
yeah.
It's just, if you were a kid and you had a room, if you had the right place to display it, yeah. But with the elements in the basement.
There was a guy did you see that video where a guy had he had the room, he had the checkered floor and everything in the basement. Nice. Do you remember seeing that? And it was all nothing but glass cases in his basement. He turned his whole entire basement into his Star Wars collection. Mm-hmm. And even had all glass cases with lights in them and everything. It was like a museum. So basically he turned his basement into a museum.
There's people that do that, and then they turn the lights off so they don't get. That's another thing. You don't want light on these. They get weathered.
That's the same with the reborn dolls as well, that I'd explained that. That's the reason why I have that one room darkened, so that they're not getting so much light on them.
That is kind of little.
Oh, let's see, that would be good. Yeah, that definitely would be. Oh, Paula says don't take it apart. Once you put it together, the Death Star station, don't take it apart.
Yeah, I gotta inspect the box to make sure all the pieces are in it. Make sure if everything's not broken, look it over, clean it up, and then put it back. Like I have a Land of the Jawas. It's half plastic, half cardboard. I put
Gotcha.
a lot of the cardboard in plastic.
Yeah,
Now, if I get in a second line of these, I will open them.
yeah.
But I like to have a nice carded line.
Let's see. Miranda says you can keep the lights off and get night vision goggles.
There
There you go.
Like I do have one Star Wars playset right now. It's called the Land of the Jawas, and it's in the box. And I have a land speeder in the box. In fact, I'm going to admit this. There was a piece of cardboard that came with the land speeder. My land speeder didn't have one. It had the box and the land speeder, but it didn't have the cardboard that would hold it from bouncing around. So a guy on eBay who was a trusted seller had the cardboard insert. A little pretty penny, nothing crazy, but for a piece of cardboard, it was an authentic one.
I know, right? Miranda says Jawas are super cute.
Yeah, those are very
cute.
Jawas are expensive. Now R2D2, he's a tough one because his figure, they used a sticker for all those little details in his body, and he's made of chrome.
You got a baby Yoda.
I have an original Yoda. I don't have a baby. Well,
You gotta get a baby Yoda.
Baby
You
Yoda.
gotta get one. Mark, I'll reborn a Yoda for you so you can have it.
He'd
Yeah.
be so small.
I mean, like to make a little Yoda for you. Miranda says, "Oh man, my uncle gave my brother the 1970s land speeder.
Oh, yeah.
I should see if he has them still.
It's a hard toy to get intact.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took a lot of beating.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a lot of beating that toy.
I know. I have a lot of Yodas, by the way. I'm supposed to be painting one, but how to do the eyes? So I'll have to. I'll probably work with whatever I might root it, like, because the baby Yoda has like little bit of white tuft of hair on the top of its head. And then I might just like paint a little bit. I'm not as good as, I'm trying to think of who did the Yoda. I do have a reborn version of Yoda. They came from, I'm trying to think of her name, Tambry Anderson. T-Artistry, that's who it is. Who made the Yodas? I actually have one, but I'm not really interested. But I'm gonna, whenever if I feel interested, I have a couple Yodas myself, and I took one apart that I can. I don't know. Can you put them? Obviously, you can put them in the oven because I think those were heat set paints that she painted that Yoda with.
Yeah, like Luke, he came with a gun and a medal.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. My Yoda, the original Yoda, he came out in 1980. He comes with a cape. He comes with a snake.
Yeah.
Around his neck, it's orange. And he comes with a walking cane. Now, that snake would either be green or orange, depending on where he was painted. And Yoda's eyes are different, too. He was painted kind of two different ways.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, one of them looks kind of like he's possessed. The other one looks pretty normal. So
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So
depending on how they
she said you could do a Yoda on Halloween week. I know, right? Yeah, I have a couple Yodas because I did collect a couple of them so that I would paint. But then I think the eyes would be a pain. I don't know. I heard that they were, when Yodas were popular in the Reborn world a couple years ago, they were making eyes just for Yoda. Like you can change out the eye color and stuff like that. Or there was a way you can take the eyes out and put in like a different color in the backgrounds of the eyes or something. That would have been cool.
My trash compactor. That will only take a second to open.
We could do that on another live stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been 38 minutes and I got to get back to painting. So I'm currently painting on a reborn doll right now.
So we'll show how to repack it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So it looks
Repack
like it came in order.
I gotta get back. I gotta get back to painting my reborn. My reborn baby. I'm currently working on the simple affordable reborn right now. So I want to finish that layer and then we're going shopping. Whichever shopping we're going. We do need to go food shopping.
So it looks like you got to put these back to back for them to fit. So Stormtrooper, then this guy would go the opposite way.
Let's see.
We'll go lefty righty. So when you
We can see a little bit of you, just so you know.
so that's okay. So you put them like this. You put them one on one side and one on the other.
Okay, gotcha. By the way, this is Mark. Say hi, Mark.
Hi. I don't look very good because I just woke up. So
That's okay. You're handsome.
Thank you. Han came.
You're
next.
lucky you don't have to do much with your hair like me.
This is kind of the fun part for me. By the way, the Death Star space station has a garbage trash compactor that Han would have came in, but instead of trash, you got foam, and that foam is broken down over the years. So mine has the foam, but a lot of times it's just dust at this point. You can redo the foam. I don't think anybody would be too hard on that. You could just get foam and cut it up like a Joint Fabrics or somewhere equivalent to that.
Yeah.
So, did I get out of order? Oh, then comes Walrus Man and this guy.
I wonder if you could get glass display cases and get like amber colored window film to put them on the glass. Miranda says.
Oh, there's probably all different kinds of ways you could display them. I try to keep mine out of daylight, and I try to find something to keep them guarded, I guess. You know, like we said with the clamshells. All my figures are in clamshells, at least at a minimum. And it's hard because some of the figures are bigger than others. Like Battlestar Galactica had one figure, he had a gigantic head, so you had to find a bigger clamshell. R2-D2, he's a little wider, but he actually fits. So it's the figures that are more like C-3PO was a problem figure because he was made of like a chrome metal, not like a plastic. So he tends to his arms spin.
Gotcha.
I'm sure the people listening to this have experienced C-3PO. His arms are very wobbly. But he also tends to, from just wear, he loses that shine on his metallic, and he starts rubbing off. Like I have a Cylon from Battlestar. A lot of them on eBay are just about all worn off.
Gotcha.
It's down. It looks almost green where it was once silver. So these figures, I mean, they're aging. They're almost all 50. So you have to be a little I've learned to be forgiving on some of these figures. There's some I won't buy if it's really bad. But
yeah,
my R2-D2, his sticker plate is peeling on one side, but the rest of them, he's really clean. So you got to be somewhat forgiving if you're trying to complete a line. So I always tell people, don't break the piggy bank. If you can't afford it, one will come along.
Yeah.
But if you find one at a good price, don't wait either, because if you sit in hem and haw, somebody will get it, and it's a hard decision sometimes when a lot of people we're all limited on money. You don't want to get too crazy. And actually, some guy did a video on when you're collecting, what to do and what not to do. And I always say, get what you want. Be a little more fair. Like Buck Rogers' line of toys, you have to be more forgiving because they're just fragile.
Gotcha. Miranda says happy birthday again, and she says thanks for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
So anything else before we close out?
You can thank Jenny, because I would love to do the videos, but it's maybe because of time. And I would want to probably this is more off the cuff, but I like giving detail. There's some videos where people give a lot of backstory, which could be kind of boring, but I love backstory on toys and cards and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for my birthday gift. I wanted this really bad.
You're very,
and thank you, Target,
welcome.
because Target does make these available.
Well, you did hide it, so.
Yeah, I really don't recommend that. But there's some times where if you're just in a hurry and I've known guys to hide things like baseball cards.
I think you're guilty of that too.
It's probably not the most ethical thing to do, but
yeah. But yeah.
All's for love and war maybe sometimes too, as long as you're not getting in trouble.
Yeah. So. Well, speaking of, I got to get back to my reborn doll painting.
Loving collecting.
So yeah, I wanted to do this video because, there are people who collect all kinds of things. So that, just to show you that my husband collects Star Wars figurines, and he collects Battlestar Galactica. Well, who else do you collect?
Just 4 figure lines: Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, and Flash Gordon. But Star Wars, I only collect the first movie, really, because you can get out of hand with this stuff. It's pretty much just the first movie.
It's a lot, yeah. It's a lot,
yeah.
So.
The other movies and TV shows I just mentioned only did really very limited.
Yeah.
In fact, Battlestar Galactica was the least. They could have done so many more, but they didn't. But they were made by Mattel. Very similar to Star Wars toys.
So go ahead and put the box this way so we can see the pictures of the characters once again.
So on the side, I had a hard time getting this back in. I knew that would happen. So these are the photographs they took from the movie.
Yes.
I really like that Stormtrooper.
So just like these figurines,
Yep.
like here.
Yep.
Let's see that. So we do gotta go. I do gotta go. Hate to cut it short here, but I gotta get painting a reborn doll. So I will be back on stream. I don't know when, because we're gonna start watching our grandbaby.
Tell us your stories, people. I'm sorry I didn't ask many questions. Of the
Yeah,
viewers. I'd
if
like
you're
to know their
watching this
stories.
on replay, tell us your stories
Yeah.
about Star Wars or anything else
In the
you
comments.
collect. Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're watching this on replay,
I like to go back and read them.
yeah.
Now see if I can.
Miranda
respond to
says
some of
bye
them.
bye. Grandma Paula says bye. So on the replay, if feel free to share your story. Do you collect Star Wars figurines?
Or
Do you?
anything.
Yeah. What do you collect? Do
And
you
why you
collect
do it.
Legos? What do you collect? Reborn dolls. I collect reborn dolls and anything vintage of reborn dolls and babies and things like that. This is just something.
And don't let anybody make fun of you.
Yeah. Don't let anybody make fun of you.
They did Eric Foreman on that 70s show.
Yeah. Don't. Well, why'd they make fun of him?
His dad would call these things dolls. He kept saying throughout the TV show, they're action figures. It was just kind of funny. You know.
Yeah.
Shoot, if I was a girl and I was probably into the Cabbage Patch, that would be something I probably would go back and
Oh, there are
get.
people who
Yeah,
collect Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, yeah.
In the
Oh,
box.
yeah.
You gotta have the box, though.
Yeah, box and everything. All right, we're gonna let you go. I must go paint a doll now. I would do it on live stream, but we have got lots of things to do today,
Come
and
back in.
so yeah, so put that there like that. So yeah, thank you again for joining us for 46 minutes. You could have been doing anything else, but you decided to hang out with us, and for that we thank you so much. And so yeah, that was his birthday candles. These candles are actually pretty
Those
cool.
are different.
Yeah, when you light them up, they have like the actual flame, like different color flames. So you're not advertising candles. All right. So thank you again for joining us. If you like this video and you like reborn dolls or anything collectible, please subscribe if that interests you. But thank you again. We will do a live stream once again in the doll room and change more of the reborn babies into their fall outfits. So yes, please make sure you're subscribed for another live stream or a video. So we'll talk to you later. Happy reborning. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Take it easy.